Christians have copped criticism for fighting against expanded abortion laws, but not caring for refugee children on Nauru. How do we respond?
Can I just quickly say that I'm visiting a family who's in Brisbane from Nauru this week. And so not everything that ACL people do is in the public square, and not everything is in the newspaper. But when we fight against abortion legislation, that gets in the newspaper. And so at the moment there's a family in Brisbane, the detention centre in Brisbane, because their daughter is not well and she's over there. The whole family's from Nauru. And so it's a process you've got to have applied, and I've been a visitor to the detention centre there for a number of years. And so I go, this is a Muslim family, and I go and I share what I can. So not everything is as it seems. Does that make sense?
Fantastic, thank you.
I might just say too, Wendy's exactly right in the sense that, we have, ACL for years has been involved in the refugee space. We were integral to the plan that the government had to have a special intake of, I think, 12,500 of the most needy, persecuted minorities in the Middle East, which were Christians, Mandaeans, Yazidis, mainly Christians, overwhelmingly Christians. And then when the government discovered that the Christians weren't presenting at the UN camps, for fear of persecution and discrimination, they sent their own people. And this was under Scott Morrison as Immigration Minister, by the way. And he's not very happy that he doesn't get much love for some of the good things that were done then. And they sent their own people to the Middle East to seek out Christians where they were in hiding and so forth, particularly in places like Turkey and Jordan. And I was meeting just the other day with a family in Western Sydney from a village in Syria. There was a whole line of villages down a riverbank, and ISIS showed up at the village in the far north, and some young men in the northern village started firing off hunting rifles to warn the people down the river, and they all died in the first village in the process of trying to warn the others. The others fled. The Australian government found all of them, brought them all to Sydney. They're Christians, they're Orthodox. And they're wonderful people, and that sort of thing has gone on, and we have always been there every step of the way. It's just nobody's interested in hearing from us on that stuff because it makes us look too nice. So, we put out a media release on conversion therapy, you betcha, everyone's on top of that. Smash these bigots. But if we put out a media release on how nice we've been to a refugee, well, that can't even be true. So there is an optics problem, but we do work in this space. And also I would just say, give a little credit to Morris and Dutton, who have been instrumental in a lot of that good stuff as well.